welcome to another podcast with ScoreBoard Gaming. We're the ScoreBoard Gamers. I'm Joshua.
I'm Mitchell.
And I'm happy.
And we're starting another happy podcast like last time.
Happy.
We're happy. We're talking about Call of Duty 4, Modern Gay Fuck Stupid. No. No, any of you old RB and the Chief fans out will get that one. But we're going to be talking about Call of Duty 4 Remastered. That's going to be released with Infinite Warfare. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, I think this is what the 40th installment in the Call of Duty series.
Something. We're getting close. It's up there.
They should have stopped after the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I know. But that's just our opinion. But yeah, like Josh was saying, it's exciting because it's been released that with the purchase of the Infinite War, when it comes out, you get the remastered Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, correct?
Yep, you do.
Yeah. And they're releasing a couple different versions. I think there's 3 different editions, and I think even just the regular edition that's $79.99 comes with
every version that you purchase will have the remastered Call of Duty Modern Warfare edition with it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sweet. So I mean, it's pretty awesome that you don't have to worry about buying the legendary. I shouldn't say legendary, but the collector's edition. That's going to be $130 to get the remastered.
Yeah.
Which I was expecting, to be honest with you, but it's pretty sweet. You don't have to do that. And I was saying this to Mitchell earlier. I'm probably just going to throw out Infinite Warfare the instant I get the game at this point.
Yeah, we were just like, you know what? Like I'm done with Call of Duty. Like new Call of Duty, but I'm like, fuck, man, I'll play this all year round. Like, I miss playing on those old maps.
Yeah, those maps were great. It'd be made for a great video too. It's like, yes, new Call of Duty, Pablo Infinite Warfare. You say you take out like a download code or something for the remastered, and you just throw the disc cartridge and the disc in the garbage for Infinite War.
What we'll do is we'll go full RB and the Chief, and we'll put a chocolate chip cookie with a hole in the middle.
Just throw it in the toilet and flush the toilet.
Yeah, I was thinking like instead just throw the CD out and say, "Hey, I got a new CD holder." You know.
Yeah, nice.
I feel like they're doing this Infinite Warfare with the remaster. They're not doing a separate purchase just so they can force people to buy the new game.
Get it anyway. Yeah.
I would have paid $59.99 for the remake itself. I would have had no problem doing that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, me too.
I mean, it looks like they're doing all new graphics, textures, 3D.
Oh, the textures look gorgeous. Like they even changed some of the building structure. Like they went from like shitty, kind of like stone-looking buildings to they're replacing some of them with like sturdy-looking brick buildings.
Mm-hmm. And no, it looks overall pretty awesome, even though it's not a whole lot of visuals that you see at the end of the gameplay trailer. But what they sounds like they did a whole remaster of the campaign, which is awesome because the campaign was pretty sweet. I played the Call of Duty 4 just for the campaign originally, but the online just made it 10 times better. But it looks like there's going to be 10 multiplayer maps.
And it's going to be the fan favorite maps.
Yeah. So I mean, considering the Call of Duty 4 didn't really have a million maps to begin with, I'm going to be pretty happy with 10 multiplayer maps.
I didn't have a problem with any of the maps in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like Modern Warfare. That map, Crash, was my favorite. But I never had a problem playing any of them. I was never like, oh fuck, this map sucks, right?
Yeah, and I remember the first, like, that was like the first game I really got into worrying about like accuracy and getting all the skins, or I shouldn't say skins, but paints or whatever for the guns, because you had to get like 150 headshots to get the Red Tiger paint for your sniper.
Oh yes, I remember that.
So
accomplishment.
I think I only ever got Blue Tigers, and I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. I suck at this shit. I don't know how to kill people online. Like everybody was always so much better than me. There was always this one kid sitting in the corner with a sniper rifle. I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and it's gonna definitely be nostalgia. But if they remake it. Like, I even think about sometimes popping in old games that are so great, but if companies are going to keep on this whole path of remastering, like Final Fantasy X and X-2 and you know, Call of Duty and stuff like that, I think the remasters are going to be just fine.
Yep, I honestly think we should go back further, even to, like, PlayStation 1 remasters, like Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
You know what my one gripe is with Call of Duty, though? All the fuckboys that it generates. I mean, like, and you know what? One thing I don't like, though, like,
and listen, folks, this is coming from a fuckboy himself.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, but like, you know what? The other thing I don't. That's up for. The one thing I fucking hate, man. Like I love gaming montages, like for games I like though, like just clips of games and shit. But you know when people do like, oh yeah, man, watch this video get like 1 million views. When a person does like a turnaround 20 circular spin and with a sniper and no scopes a guy halfway across the map, it's like the possibility that is kind of impressive, but like what's so fucking cool about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
You watch some of these kids, they go to war and they try and like no-scope people. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna no-scope you, and they fucking die instantly on the battlefield.
I was thinking there's a funny, I don't know how funny some people find it, but there's a picture of like a Marine handing a young child a folded up American flag. And the guy says to the kid, "Your father was 360 no-scope, bag it." It's just like, it was so bad. I know that's like super offensive, but it's like, it's so stupid when you think it's like exactly.
That perfectly sums up every party and like pre-game lobby of Call of Duty.
Oh my!
Yeah,
God.
That's one thing that always bugged me. Yeah. I hated that so much. It's just throwing around like insults and shit like that. That's one thing I hope Call of Duty 4 the remaster is gonna have everybody who kind of grew up and enjoyed the game,
yeah.
And like actually brought like value to the online experience instead of taking away from it.
Yeah. The demographic will be like people our age and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm really excited for the game, and I'm really looking forward to hopping on and playing Call of Duty 4 once again.
Yeah, for sure.
And other new games that are coming out and multiplayer games of that, Overwatch and Battleborn. Battleborn's already out, but both the games kind of look similar.
And they both remind me of Brink.
Yeah, just like kind of similar to Brink, where it's kind of the cartoony looking characters, but definitely looks expanded on, where there's 20-some champions to choose from, or characters.
It looks like a mix of League of Legends meets Brink, and Team Fortress too.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool because you get the classes, but there's like 20-some different classes, which is, I think, really cool. And the graphics look really fun, and the gameplay trailers, if you haven't already seen it, people, you should really go take a look, because it looks really, really fun.
When does that come out too, the Overwatch?
I think it's later this month. I think they said May 25th or something.
Around there, yep.
Yeah, so I think they had a beta back in October 2015, probably to get all the bugs figured out and what people like and don't like, but they're having another beta right now, probably just to get people back interested in the game. So when it does get released, like, everybody's going to want to buy it, right?
Yeah, right now they're just building up the hype that they had long ago, right? So they're just like, oh shit, don't forget about our game, right?
So I think that's super exciting to get back into some fun multiplayer games, because I found multiplayer games recently, like, I haven't found too many online multiplayer games that I've really enjoyed lately. Like, we played Siege, but I felt that was pretty limited. You had only so many characters to choose from. Only 5 maps or something.
Yeah, and they're updating, like, they're adding maps, but like the money I have to pay to get more than 5 maps is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, so and the thing with this, it looks like they have quite a few maps and already 20-some characters, right? Without DLC. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure you guys. I don't know how much Evan you are interested in, just because I don't think you played too many other multiplayer games besides GTA and stuff.
I've played a number of multiplayer games, but with this type of, I guess you can say style, I guess, for online multiplayer games for for nowadays, like current gen consoles, I really haven't. But it's interesting to dive into it, and especially if you guys will be picking it up, it'd be more fun to get immersed into it and try it out.
Yeah. And the thing about multiplayer games nowadays is, it's like one thing to pick it up and play it for yourself, but the best part is, like, you pick it up and you're like, fuck yeah, my buddies are gonna pick this up, we're all gonna play, like, late night missions of grinding to level whatever, getting gear, getting loot, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully agree. Like, they have almost like a Destiny where you get your rare loot drops and things like that, or, customizable weapons at least. I haven't seen anything about that yet, but I think that would be pretty cool to see in this kind of game.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree with you. And it's a new experience, and on top of that, there's No Man's Sky going to be released this month, isn't it? I think later this month or
June
next month.
Yeah, it gets released in June 21st. On June 21st. Yep.
Nice. So is there any news about that being multiplayer, or is that going to be all single player?
I haven't. I don't know if Mitchell can chime in as well, but I only watched one video that was featured on IGN of it's like the IGN guy and a developer sat down and the developer showed him what it's like he gave me like a demo kind of.
Okay.
And I remember him saying like, because I mean we've already dove into, I'm pretty sure in an earlier podcast, if not just in real life, we've dove into how like fucking massive this game is, right? Like how many quintillion planets and shit, like such an abnormal number, and it's actually that immersive. But I remember them saying that there it is like almost like open world where you can explore and like you can run into a buddy of yours, like someone online that you can be friends with. But it's almost like the game is so big that the odds of that are very like slim.
Okay, so
it's like fuck.
Like it's the server. It must be one giant server then.
Yeah, and I read away like the way it's like, how can you fit such like just content onto like, you know, like a platform disk or something? But it's like apparently they use a lot of just like mathematical and just like a lot of more math related like just ways to figure out
algorithms to generate stuff.
Yeah, to generate more stuff onto the game. So
yeah, that's pretty cool that you're saying that, because I was wondering like, so is everybody going to have their own unique universe, or it sounds like it's going to be more like it's one huge universe.
That would be a lot to bite off. If
Yeah.
everybody had their own universe, that would be a lot of data.
Yeah, I was just thinking that in my head. I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense, that it's going to be one big thing that they're focusing on, but everybody starts on their own unique planet. So it's like you said, it's so big that the odds of them meeting up is so small. But I think that'd be so super cool. You're just like, another person,
another life form, and then they go the opposite way. No, wait, like,
come back! Don't leave me here.
Well said.
The only problem with No Man's Sky, and I'm really, really worried about this. How much of my hard drive is it going to take up?
Yeah, it's going to take up like 10 trillion terabytes.
Like, you try to download the game, install onto your hard drive. It's like, please purchase 20 more hard drives.
Yeah.
Warning: you must delete all other games to play No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder. But if they're really smart about it, which it sounds like they are, hopefully they found ways around it.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I think they might. I mean, if they came that far with what they're doing, what it seems like, I'm sure they can find a solution to that.
Yeah.
And let me just. Sorry, I was gonna say. Let me just drop, and I can't put this into actual numbers because, or actual way of describing the actual number of these planets. But this was released a while ago because it's been around for a while now. The information on No Man's Sky, but the game, like the universe that it takes place in. And all the planets that are generated, and they're all like different in their own ways, apparently. Mm-hmm. The generated planets in the one world numbers, and I'm just going to go start to finish with the digits in this number of planets, apparently. 1-8446744073709551616.
That's how many planets?
Yeah.
That sounds
holy fuck.
I love how it's the exact same number as my debt.
And your net worth because of this podcast.
Goddamn right.
Don't go to college, kids.
No, it's a trap.
No, that's pretty epic. I'm really looking forward to it. Even just like and going back to what we talked about last podcast, where we were talking about open worlds, it's gonna be so big. Hopefully, it doesn't become so overwhelming. I have to put this down. It's too much of a strain on me,
Yeah.
So I think that's cool, but that's another game looking forward to, and then like coming up, right? So
I'm also looking forward to seeing. I'm really getting excited for E3. It's almost that time of year.
It's the most wonderful
time of the year. And then Mitchell does the ding dong.
Oh god, yeah, no, it's like Christmas, but for
nerds,
virgins.
That too.
Both, yeah.
Chips the fedora. Yeah. So E3, we talked, I think, in another podcast about how Red Dead leaked some news about the map. Hopefully, they're gonna have a lot more news for E3.
Yes.
Big game we're looking forward to.
Yep. Yeah. There's sorry, I was gonna say there's a lot of there's big names that go there. Like we have like Microsoft and Bethesda, EA, and Ubisoft, and all these other big names bringing conferences to the table. So hopefully we look for more other exciting future releases from these developers as well.
I'm looking forward to the indie scene this year because indie games are getting a lot better.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more, I think, tools at people's disposal, like whether it be free or, I mean, torrented. Let's be honest, a lot of people out there do that stuff, but even like cheap software for people to use, and that's readily available for them to practice and create games on. So I think people are able to do a lot more, and therefore, since there's so much more out there, there's a lot more to choose from. So we're able to, have at least like a certain percentage that's good.
Yeah.
So I agree with you there, Mitchell.
Hopefully we get like the next Minecraft, like something beautiful happens this E3.
Yeah.
It breaks the mold.
But I mean, I was gonna say, even with Minecraft, you're always gonna have continuation of some games. Like there's gonna be an announcement for another Assassin's Creed game, probably for next year.
I'm so tired of it.
Every year. Yeah.
Every year.
It's kind of like when you think about it too. I mean, I never got into them as early as like say Josh did or even Mitchell, but like even the ones that they're generating every year, they're still like in a way beautiful games. But it's like if they put the time into these games and release them not as frequently as they do like NHL and NBA and all these every year, they could turn out to be like one of the most beautiful, greatest games ever. You know what I mean?
Like if they took a 3-year hiatus and just worked on one game.
Worked on one, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, Bethesda does that with their Elder Scrolls games, right?
Like
and the Fallout games.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think if they could follow suit, you're right, Evan. They could probably do a lot better.
They could definitely revive like the franchise. It'll get it from that same, reskin, little bit of a different story to like something
cookie cutter type stuff.
Yeah, because the second Assassin's Creed came out a couple years after the Assassin's Creed 1, or felt like a couple years, but it was a completely different game, both graphics, game engine, story wise. Like I was blown away, and I couldn't believe it. And I think Assassin's Creed 2 was just the best one in the series, just for that fact that they took their time, and it was amazing.
It was different. Right? It was different enough, but you could still feel like the things you fell in love with in Assassin's Creed 1. Like you knew it was the future of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But like from there, they haven't really changed anything.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll see some better improvements at E3, and we're looking forward to other E3 things, and we'll be talking further about E3 in our next podcast. But for now, that's all from us. We're the Scoreboard Gamers. I'm Joshua.
Mitchell.
I'm Evan.